and we will find out just how many pools of blood VHS 99 got at the end of this review. But as usual, I'm going to start off here with the IMDb plot, and it simply is: witness a hellish version of 1999 as social isolation, analog technology, and disturbing home videos fuse into a nightmare of found footage savagery. All kinds of good stuff there. And yes, home video's gone bad in this one. So VHS 94 was pretty damn good. Definitely brought this franchise, which thought was gone. Like it had its moments, and we thought that was it. Then bam, 94 happens, and then bam, everybody's like, wow, that was pretty good. So why not 99? So here we go. We'll see how many years we can knock off here. So we have 99, and obviously, similar to all the other ones here, we're going to basically have a bunch of short films here put together, all kind of found footage style for you guys to watch and enjoy. And since this is a newer film on Shudder now, I will try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, and mention a few of the movies here. It's always one of these things when you put kind of an anthology or a series of short films together. It's always interesting to see which ones are people's favorites. You may or may not like the movie as a whole, but sometimes there's at least one or two of these shorter films that really stand out, and I don't know if I mentioned it in the review of 94, but I always look back at, I don't remember which version of VHS it was, but there was that one with the zombie, that was a zombie on the bicycle and had kind of the helmet cam going on there. Whenever I think of VHS, that's one of the first ones that I always think of. I guess I don't know. I just thought that was really cool, and just kind of different way to see a zombie film. But so it is. I know when I read some of the reviews for VHS 94, it's always interesting to see which ones people's favorites and which ones people didn't like as much. And of course, you always have your favorites, so you want to see, did I like what everybody else liked, or did I like the one that everybody hated? But anyway, let's kind of just dive into this one here. And it oddly starts with, for those of us who are old school, I mean, I don't remember doing it. It was probably people who have been older school than me. That had those toy soldiers and the little green ones. And you kind of see that kind of set up, and they do this throughout the entire movie, and that's kind of what wraps all the movies together, or what kind of plays in between the different short films. Different scenes of these toy soldiers being used and being played around with, and what they're doing here. And it's kind of funny, kind of different, not expected. But I guess at the end it kind of worked. I mean, I guess it was a little silly, but whatever. I guess it's a sign of the times. I don't know why they chose that for 99. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But yeah, that was fun, and just weird. It's like Toy Story Army guys gone wrong, but whatever. So I'm not sure this is in order or not, but I think I don't want to get too much into each one of them, because then I just ramble too much. But there's one where I think it says here Shredding, which is the one with the punk band, and it's one of these ones where they have a good idea, or they think it's a good idea, but it's a bad idea. Every horror fan knows it's a bad idea. They go into some ruins looking for I don't know what the hell their point was. I don't remember exactly why they go in there, but they go into some ruins and they want to rock out in there, but obviously there's some evil, because you go in ruins, there's going to be evil there. I mean, that's what it is. And that doesn't work out well for them. Gets nice and bloody, and then basically meet an evil band of its own, and that was pretty fun, I guess. It was a little weird in that one. sometimes when they do the found footage things, some of them are harder to see than others. It was a little hard to see, but it had its decent moments there. Bear with me as I kind of skim through each one, because I bad memory and seen too many movies. I don't remember each one here. Oh, this is the one. Okay, this is the one that I really liked, and this is called Ozzy's Dungeon. And I guess there's a lot to like about this one, but the way it kind of twisted and turned from direction to direction, and this is one that I definitely want to be kind of spoiler free on, because if you haven't seen it, I'll end up ruining those twists and turns, and I don't want to do that. But basically, this kind of starts off as a weird kind of game show, but not friendly game show. It's not going to end well for some people, and it kind of, if keep talking about old school, if you're kind of in that time era, you remember, I believe it's called Double Dare or Nickelodeon, when it was on Nickelodeon, and you had the show with the slime, and I think, what was it they had to say, what, or something like that, and they got slimed. Kind of give you that kind of feel, that kind of game show kind of thing, but then with the obstacles, let's just say it could end painfully. Some people got hurt in this one, and that's kind of how it starts, and then it kind of takes the twist down one road, and then you're just like, okay, and then I'm struggling with it, trying to be spoiler free here, but you see certain things that happen, and you're like, oh, okay, well, you're kind of like, okay, I know where this is gonna go. This is gonna end this way, and we're gonna move on to the next short. And then it gets to a point, and then no, we got another twist for you. It's gonna go in yet another direction here, and you're like, oh, okay, I like that. Okay, that was another, just like an added bonus to it. But that was just a really, like, they could have just done the first two, I guess, what do you call it, 2 segments to it, and I would have been happy with it. But then they did a third, which just made it even more fun. And it was just, I just really like, there's a lot to like about that one, but I just would have to spoil it in order to talk about some of the stuff. But that's definitely a fun one, fun interaction between certain characters, and then just the wild, it's just a wild thing to think of. You start with a game show, it's torturous, okay, that's fun in itself, but then, okay, let's go here, and then let's go here afterwards, and just push the boundaries there. All fun stuff there, and yeah, definitely a good one there. Don't really remember that one as much. Yeah, bad memory, sorry. And then I think this one will probably stand out. I think, again, everybody has their ones they like or whatever, blah blah. But when you talk about '94, I think, and I guess it was a huge thing about Hail Ratma, and we still hail Ratma. If you're out there, we still love you, and whether you were truly involved with this movie or not, hail Ratma. But I think a lot of people at least remember that, and because of that, '94, even whether that was your favorite or not, I think the thing is, the final film is the Hell and Back, and I think when you revisit or people think about '99, I think that's going to be the one that kind of stands out. And this one is basically where a ceremony is going on. A cult is trying to do what they shouldn't be doing and bring back a demon or summon a demon. And I guess I don't think this is ruining anything. But apologize if you take this as breaking the spoiler-free rule. But 2 characters basically kind of, as opposed to bringing the demon back, they usually get sent to the demon world or hell, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, get to Hell and Back as hell, to where this demon is, or a demon that they're trying to summon. And they end up there. Obviously, one is the guy behind the camera, because somebody has to film this, and cameras apparently do work in hell. And then you have another character who's kind of leading the way, and they're like, hell, how are we gonna get out of here? And they kind of run around and try to escape hell and get back to where they were, or just get out of hell, because no one wants to be in hell. And damn me for not remembering. There's a character they run into here that they meet and they try to use to help them get out, and I don't remember that character's name right now, and I wanted to remember when I did the review, but I don't, so I apologize. But if you've seen it, you know the character, or when you watch it, you'll see that character, and whoever that actor is and whoever that role was, I loved that character. That character was great. Even the one lead that's trying to get out, he was great. But this other character that they meet while they're there, again, I apologize for not remembering the name, but it's just a fabulous character, a great part they do there, and kind of thinking back to everything that happened with Ratma again. Like, I think that this character kind of stands out. Again, shame on me, it didn't stand out enough for me apparently because I don't remember her name, but still, this does a terrific job and just a fun character in this crazy world. And you really get a brief moment of, and I don't know who it is on Twitter, but I think it's one of the people that were involved with this short, posted some behind the scenes of this short, and some of the characters that are used, or demons or creatures, whatever, that you see as they making their way through there, and it's pretty interesting stuff. So if you liked this short, I don't remember, again, I'm failing you guys left and right here, but whoever it is that posted that, and it's probably the writer or director, I don't know, but look them up on Twitter and some of their, go to their media and look at some of their behind the scenes stuff if you liked this short. And of course, after you watch this short in this movie, don't do it before because it might ruin things for you, obviously. But posted some fun stuff there, so that's a fun venture there. And again, this one kind of comes to a conclusion with a little bit of a twist to it, and it just a fun, I thought sometimes it's also, when they do an anthology like this, it's not just the short films, but it's kind of the order they put them in, and it would be fascinating to know if they did it in a different order, how you'd really feel, or whatever, it matters not. But I think like ending on this one and on this note was good. They put it in a good order, like this belonged at the end. It just, I don't know, it was just a good ending to the movie. But the short itself also has another fun ending. I don't want to get too much into it because, again, spoiler free. Now I remember. See, I just need a minute here. Bugawkers. Okay, that's what this one is called. I remember what this one is. Okay, so this one is definitely going to go back to, I guess, if you were a teenage boy in this time, or a young boy, or whatever, and this group of boys are basically watching one of their friends has a hot neighbor, let's put it that way, and they partake in watching her a lot, and watching her when she goes outside. They show her washing the car. They watch her receive mail from a delivery person, and watch that interaction. So they're all up and spying on her, but their one friend also is able to go over there and actually has some few interactions with her, because he's kind of more innocent to it. The other ones are kind of just more really checking her out. Without spoiling it, let's just say that, yeah, they probably went a little too far and probably spied on the wrong person. But it definitely comes to a kind of wild and crazy ending. Maybe, I don't know, you'll necessarily see exactly what's coming. But it's something we've seen before, or everybody's going to recognize once it happens, but we don't see that much. So I kind of liked that they kind of used it. Why not? We don't really see too much of that. I did remember seeing a movie maybe last year or the year before that kind of delved into, and I don't want to give it away, but what this is. And, that movie was okay. But this certainly worked because it was in a short and for a brief time, and worked for the circumstance. So it definitely leads to a lot of fun once things go bad for this group of kids. And there's another one here that I just drawing a blank on what it says there and what it is, but that's basically the gist of it. And I know I didn't really give you a lot, but I guess I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. But I will just say that this one again is a lot of fun. If you like anthologies, if you like short films, I don't see how this is not going to work. Again, everybody has the ones they like, the ones they don't like. But I think as a whole, there's enough here that you'll like. I know that once this hit, there was a lot of people were talking, was 94 better? Did they like 99? I'm still on the fence. I really liked 94, but I also really enjoyed this one. There's a lot of fun in this one as well. So I did glance. I did cheat. I know I gave 94 4 pools of blood, so I know that. But I would almost have to watch them probably back to back to really squarely say which set of short films that I liked more in the end. I really off the top of my head, I don't know. As you can see, a bad memory as it is. I remember some of the ones from 94, but I couldn't tell you all 4 or 5 of them, whatever, however many of them there were. Obviously couldn't tell you the ones that I just watched in this one, but yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I really enjoyed both of them. It really makes me happy that I've watched some of the other reviews. You see me complain about remakes, reboots, and this is a little different because you're not regurgitating the same short films, but it could have failed. It could have picked a bunch of bad films to show. But it just shows you the talent that there is with short films, and I definitely encourage everybody out there to, hit you're already on YouTube if you're watching this. Hit YouTube, search out horror films, and just watch a bunch of shorts. Not every one of them's good. Sometimes people just don't have the budget to obviously do something that they do here that they might have been given a bigger budget to just because they're ended up on Shudder, but. Still, there's lots of quality, good short horror films out there on YouTube. They're there, and some of them, end up in movies like this, or some of the ideas behind it, and you never know. And we've seen a lot of shorts end up being bigger films later. So definitely give them a shot if you enjoy these kind of short films in this. It's easy when it gets introduced to you in a big movie like this, but doesn't mean there's not good shorts out there, and there's plenty of them. So again, going back to it, I'm going to cop out here and just go give it 4 pools of blood as well. But let you guys know that I really enjoyed it. And I think the one where the game show one and the one it ended up with were probably the 2 standout ones for me. But if you liked some of the other ones or whichever one, whatever is fine. I did not sit here and watch any of them and go, how the hell did that make VHS? They're all certainly worth being on here, and definitely some good performances in several of the shorts, but well done by everyone, just good. And they're going to do another one. I think it was 84, 85, I don't remember, but they announced that they're going to do another one, so it's just not shocking with how good these last 2 are, and that just sets the bar really high. So those out there that are putting together 84, 85, whatever it is, the bar is high. The bar is high. So bring it, bring it. I'm there for it, and we'll see what they do, and hopefully they can keep this rolling. I mean, 94, 99, plenty of years to go, plenty of years to go. So we'll see what they do. So again, 4 pools of blood for this one, and if you haven't seen it yet, definitely make sure you catch it. Especially if you liked 99 or are a fan of short horror films. These might be a little more extended than the typical short horror film, but still short enough. So with that, horror_reviews.blogspot.com is where you can find all of my reviews, the written reviews, the video reviews. But if you're just interested in these video reviews, obviously subscribe, like, don't subscribe, don't like, whatever everybody else tells you to do. Twitter, Facebook, information is down below as well. Reach out to me there, talk about horror, talk about these movies, something you want me to review, and the comment section down below. If you want to mention what your favorite short is from this, or even 94 if you want to revisit that, maybe tell me how bad my memory is, or I didn't remember something right, or whatever. Feel free to do so as well. It's okay. So with that, I will catch you on the next review, horror fans.